prep my skin using moisturizer, eye cream, and primer, all that kind of stuff. So we're now just gonna go in with foundation. And the foundation we're gonna put to the test today is this one, and this one is the Revolution Fast Base Stick Foundation. And I'll have to mix in the shade F4 and F5 together. So I'm just gonna literally draw lines on my face and then you just blend it out. And for fair test, I'm gonna spray some MAC Fix Plus on my face because that is pretty much what I would do normally. And we'll just blend this out. I would say this foundation is probably a medium to full coverage. It's not really full because I can still see a little bit of redness coming through, but it's not, you know, like 100% there. So as you can see, I still have the redness here and then a little bit of hyperpigmentation just kind of dotted around everywhere really. Another thing I noticed is that this foundation is not lightweight because after you blend it out, you can feel it on your skin. And that's something that I'm not so fond of because I don't really want to feel like I have something on my skin. That's why I like liquid, like kind of lightweight liquid a lot. But now it's just kind of like annoying me because I can feel it on my skin. I would say this foundation have a semi-matte finish. It's not dewy, but it's not matte either, but that's exactly what I like in a foundation. I don't really like entirely matte foundation, but I don't like super dewy either because I have a normal / combination skin. And the concealer I'm going to put to the test today is the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour Concealer. People keep saying that this is like a Tarte Shape Tape dupe. I mean, the Dover applicator, it's even bigger than the Tarte Shape Tape. But, I mean, is it a dupe? Is it really a dupe? I mean, Tarte is like 20 odd quid and this is like £4, so... I'm just going to put this on before I keep talking, and the shade I'm going to use is C4 and then probably a little bit of C3 just to brighten my under eye a little bit. So now I blended out the concealer, I have a couple of thoughts. First of all, is it a dupe? I don't think so. I would say the Tarte Shape Tape would be a lot thicker versus the Revolution one, which... I mean, it's not thin in any way, it's not watery or anything, but I think compared to Tarte Shape Tape, everything's gonna be a little bit thinner in consistency. Also, the good thing about this is that it's £4, so it's not as big as an investment than Tarte Shape Tape when you have to buy 20 odd quid with shipping and everything. And in the UK, you can only get it in QVC or on their website, so it's just a lot of money. The concealer definitely dries a lot quicker than Tarte Shape Tape, so you might have to just work a little bit quicker or do one eye and then do the other eye, that kind of thing. But apart from that, I think it's still a pretty good deal. It hides everything pretty well. I mean, the redness is still kind of peeking through a little bit, but it's not crazy, so thumbs up. And the powder we're going to set everything with today is the Revolution Lace Baking Powder. So I would come... Oh my god, everything's falling apart. Oh Jesus Christ, no, god, oh god, oh god. Oh god, okay. Everything's on my hand now, this is great, isn't it? I am just going to put some on the lid first. Okay, the one thing that I already have to say about this is that the lid is so tiny. Like, can you see it? It's tiny. Tiny. And the problem with this is that when you want to dip your sponge in or that kind of stuff, you will have to keep going back quite a few times. Which I don't like, because I'm used to a Laura Mercier one. Laura Mercier one's massive, so I can just literally dunk my whole sponge in and just bake my face. But, again, Laura Mercier is like £21 or something. This is £5. There is a massive difference in price, so I guess we'll just try and see. The good thing about this powder is that it's so finely milled that you can bake with it, you can use it all over your face, so that's really nice. The bad thing is the packaging. Like the lid, I can't deal with it. Like, I'm sorry, I dipped it in a sponge and can you see it? Like, oh, it's just powdered everywhere. It's a mess. Just zooming you in so you can see how everything goes together. I mean, excuse the baking because it's still happening, but as you can see, everything looks quite nice actually. I think everything kind of to me looks a bit before baking and setting it, and after it's set I think everything kind of comes along quite nicely. Now I'm just gonna quickly do the whole face and then I'll come back with some thoughts. So I'm back with everything completed and I'm just gonna give some like first impression-ish thought to everything. As I said, the foundation gives you kind of like a semi-matte finish and it's quite nice, but I did say that it's a little bit on the thicker side so you can actually feel it. Blending is not the easiest, I think, but that might just be because it's a stick foundation and I'm so used to like a liquid foundation. It's easy to blend. In terms of coverage, it's like a medium to full coverage. You can probably buzz it up, but I wouldn't recommend it because it does at times looks like it's slightly oily even on my skin, which I'm not too sure about. It does give me a little problem of when I'm looking at my skin, I'm just like, I can see my pore quite clearly before powder anyway. So I'll keep you updated at the end of the day and see how the foundation wears, because I don't think this is anything that claims to be long lasting or anything, but we'll just see how it wears. But I'm on the fence-ish on this one right now. The concealer is super nice. As you can see, everything's kind of covered really nicely and you have so many shades. Like, they said that you can contour with it, but I don't think there are shades that's actually ashy enough for you to actually do contour. There's a lot of kind of warmish color enough for you to do a bronzing contour, but not contour. So if that's what you're looking for, these are really good. The only thing that you need to bear in mind is that they do dry quite quickly compared to normal concealer anyway. So you might have to work a little bit quicker or just do half of your face and do the other half. In terms of is it a dupe, I wouldn't say so. Like, it might just be because it's cheaper, it's a doe applicator, so people think it's cheap. I think the consistency is a little bit thinner. The coverage is not as much as the Tarte Shape Tape, well, in my opinion anyway. But it is still a very good concealer. Like, based on the fact it's £4 and you can't go wrong. Like, the powder actually makes everything look so good. Like, I really like this powder. Again, my only complaint is the bloody lid. Can they just change the packaging so that they have a bigger lid so I don't have to deal with this? Like, I don't want loose powder on my face and what? I don't want loose powder on my clothes every time I applied it. It's a bit annoying. But in terms of the like product itself, it's so good. It bakes really well. It works as a loose powder really well because it's so finely milled. You have tons and tons of product in here for £5. My only question is that, is it actually going to stay like this or is it going to break down in the middle of the day? We don't know. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go by my day, and at the end of the day I'm going to come back with a little check-in so you know how everything wears and what I finally thought of them. Right now it's 11:25, so I'm gonna go by my day and I will see you guys in a couple of hours.
Approximately 10 hours later.
It is now about 9:30 and I actually put on my makeup at 10:30, so it's been 11 hours since I put this foundation on, so I can say that I put this to quite a test. It's been raining the whole day, I've run around, walk around a lot, so I think I can give a good conclusion to this foundation. For 11 hours, I think this foundation have actually done a pretty good job. Bear in mind, I didn't actually touch any of this up to date, not at all. So there's no powder, nothing. It's just literally what I put on since like 10:30 today. And my nose is just gone. Like, it's foundation is just completely gone. Around my nose this side is also gone, and around here, but that's expected because basically no foundation can uphold this, like not at all. My forehead is kind of oily, but it's not anything that's like ridiculous. Nothing's actually broken down in a way. So when I apply the foundation and the powder and everything today, in the morning, everything's very smooth and stuff, but when I touch around my nose, here, around mouth, what I'm saying, they are all quite sticky and a bit oily, so but that's expected for 11 hours. I don't think any foundation can really last for 11 hours without the oil kind of come through. And to be fair, like most of the day, I feel like if any oil comes through, I look what's the word for it, dewy. not oily. Concealer actually did a really good job on my under eye with the powder and the concealer. You can see nothing, literally nothing moved. Maybe like it starts to get a little bit oily around here, but because it's around my nose, it's always gonna happen. But like from here down to here, everything still looked pretty flawless to me, and it's been 11 hours. So that is a plus. So you know that a concealer actually works really well. I really think it's the foundation that's, you know, making this a bit worse. As I said in the morning, I think the foundation's on the heavier side, so it really wasn't a surprise to me when everything kind of just become quite oily and just kind of gone. But this is a lot better than what I was expecting. I was expecting I would just be a mess right now, like foundation everywhere. But in honesty, like everything kind of still hold up pretty well, so I really can't complain about this. Overall, I think this foundation is worth a try if you have a dry skin or normal skin. I would say that it's not terrible for oily skin either, because it doesn't break up really weirdly. It kind of break up quite nicely, so it makes you just look dewy, not just a mess and oily and all that kind of stuff. So overall, everything is just kind of held up pretty well for 11 hours, and I count this as a success because I really wasn't expecting this to just not become a mess. And I have no idea what I'm talking about anymore, so I'm just gonna wrap up the video here. If you enjoyed, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!